Mysterious mysteries of strange mystery.
Mayfair is one of the most expensive areas of the city of London, and that's where we will find the beautiful Berkeley Square. At number 50, we'll find the building that once an upper-class family made his house. A large building with 2 floors and basement became one of the most disturbing scenes through the country. For a long time, the bedroom in the 2nd floor of this building earned the reputation of a restless place, where no one could spend the night sleeping in peace. According to some sources, many of those who tried to live there had to leave the room in panic because they felt an undescribable monstrosity. This monster with an amorphous body is a murderer. It seems like the ghost of an animal that is in this world for the only purpose of haunting people. It is said to live in the suburbs of London, and those who have seen it quickly get described as a monster with huge tentacles. Some people speculate that this thing is some kind of mutated sweetwater octopus or unknown marine animal amphibian that migrated from the Thames in London to the great sewage system underground.
This is one of the thematic casts of the story. This is the last century documentary is the scholar of the century and public sunlight. In the English capital event today is the cast of is one of the great enigma of the police, Prince, Project and the story. The story is the map, building of the conspiracy horror. The house number 15, working steel was within of 1714. For 2 building speed is the brick is has a woman on the ground. Wherein she was deep 70, which was not the team connected to the route of the ground tunnel of London, which is never to die one of the most complex and the soccer level. Stinky words never seen one and the rat collection stinger. The version. Mandel is thinking place and not wearing prison district.
The owner of the house was the Sir Park Winston, who has made and his brother, who used to shout and cry with nausea because a king of the bears would have attacked him in the basement and could hear it prowling in the house, especially during of the night and rain. His brother did not believe the story and looked him up in the attic attribute and mental disorder. He put the bars on the doors and the windows, so that it was impossible to escape. He desperate cried were heard during the night and the neighbors. He had started to talk about something supernatural that has driven him to madness. It was not long before he was found by his brother, dying his own ways, strange so brutal, because the door always was overclosed and suspicion for immediately on Detroit, who before the unfavorable situation has shown to sell the property and move away from the capital.
Another case was in 1840 with the victim Robert Wedgwood of 20 years old, and all night drinking with friend and every bar. A Frinke which ideal rapid training to Roberto and Spain en cursus room. Alcotun effect in the step in bed. Came home and after discussing an hour and a half. Both these accept one on condition. Robert would have to sleep and roll with spoon and with a clean sound of the sleep moving and this is easy. They always have and show is wrong and young Robert, which generally rush an hour jump of the day. Another quickly prepared on the board. When Rachel, the door and the room open horrified and to see a scenario the world never heard. The room was apparently ungracious, except to remark the fact that since Robert had his closer, tennis and saying he was cornered wrong. The wood was still smoking and was found a 3 feet with knuckles of hands to the man. The expression was face during. Mount open and the eyes were terror in his voice. They no paralysis. What observing the hand made and thinking Robert training on the road call showed the creature in before and day. They went for the mark in a bullet, for the possible patch, but for neck to there, no blood, no blood.
In 1943, two sailors or Portsmouth, Robert Martin and Edward London, having wasted his money in the same bar as Robert died, entering into an abandoned house to spend the night. The house in the question was haunted house, 50 Berkeley Square. They entered the small windows that were in the basement. But this place was wet, cold, uncomfortable, and was actually full of rats and other bugs. So decided to go upstairs to the round of the table, put daylight that cannot disturb. Blondin, presumably the more sober of the two, expressed the anxiety he felt when entering the room. He said that he could feel a presence, but they heard when ignored his shipmate, who used his reef to keep a window open to allow a race enter the room. A lit affair in the fireplace using pieces of broken and rotting furniture. It was not long before the two men were relatively comfortable, then fell asleep. Something after midnight London, awoke to see the door of the room opening by the typical Greek sound producing the fire. Gradually a faint ray of grey light creeps across the wooden floor. Too terrific to move, London managed to wake his shipmate.
The two men sat and heard a strange, wet scraping sound approaching slowly. They rolled. Martin said it sounded like some tiny treading on the floor. Suddenly deteriorated. Men stood on the bed and faced the face, with the disgusting face of what could only be described as an orderly disorder. The creature undulated between sailors and what was the hurly fog of space. The door opened and used as the sailor trying to get in the blonde reef, which was still stood in the window frame. The creature suddenly lunged forward, wrapping around the throat of the young sailor. Using the opportunity and panic, Martin ran off the house, screaming for help. Soon he came upon police officer. According to the story, Martin and the officer ran down the stairs, but found no trace of London in the room. Martin goes briefly as the two men continued to search the house. Their efforts seemed to prove fruitless, however, only until men entered the basement and were greeted with a ghostly image that was haunted for the rest of their life.